What? Hi everyone, it's Blue. Make sure you like and subscribe and go follow me on my Twitch and my other YouTube channel. Those links are down below. Also my Patreon, where I have more content on there that I don't post here.
Oh, and this one time at band camp, I stuck a flute in my.
Excuse me?
What? You don't think I know how to get myself off? Hell, that's what half of band camp is.
Today I'm going to be reacting to the season finale of The House of the Dragon. Dorn?
I could not produce such a coin.
It is hollow stuff from the mouth of a Lannister, whose very stables and sculleries are carved into a mountain of gold.
And break the blockade, and it will benefit you.
It seems you need us more than we need you.
Give us the stepstones. We will impose a simple tax on those passing through.
You will drive up the price of basic goods.
It is better than starving, surely.
Very well. Prince Regent may have me hanged for this.
With the armada we sent, you can topple the Prince Regent and sit the Iron Throne yourself.
Of course, there is one more condition. The commander of our fleet must agree to go with you. If he does not lead them, they will not fight.
Let us meet this commander, then.
Admiral Loha. This is Tyler Lannister.
What sort of man are you?
Beg your pardon?
A poet.
Oh.
I will not sail with a man who cannot best me.
Yikes. It's nice that we're seeing a Lannister get quite a bit of attention. He feels immediately really relevant, so he's probably going to lead into the next season and be somebody who's very important and gets a lot of screen time because they're kind of introducing him later in this, I mean, at the very last second. Two new characters, I would even say, even the commander. I like that the commander's energy is already kind of like Brienne of Toth. Yes, very masculine, strong woman.
Some rum wouldn't go amiss. Your Grace. Just a little.
Visits him more than his mother visits him.
I must ask you, Your Grace, to steel yourself. We must leave King's Landing quickly, and we will not return for some time. The Pretender has found 3 new riders for her dragons.
That's impossible.
Your brother thought the same. Fled in Tara, from what I hear.
Oh.
He has gone in fury to Sharp Point and laid waste to the whole of the town.
She really did it then.
I fear so. You were in danger before, and now he is thwarted and he is angry.
Take me to my throne. And once he returns, I shall take him prisoner.
When Rhaenyra descends on you with her 7 dragons and you without Vhagar, what then? I have, over the years, moved the greater part of Harrenhal's gold reserves to the Iron Bank in Braavos.
You want to take me to Essos?
It's best to live.
Is it? The dragon is dead. My cock is destroyed. It burst in the flames like a sausage on a spit.
Let your brother and the Pretender destroy themselves. When they are spent, we will return. They will hail the returning king, Aegon the Victorious, risen from the ashes.
The impact of waiting several episodes to reveal extra details about the incident with him falling off of his dragon or being attacked by Vhagar did its job. Yes, please, please, please find a dragon.
What are you doing here? Remove your feet from the table.
I'd rather not. Ulf.
Immediate
He's
no.
the Prince, Ulf. Prince Jacaerys Velaryon.
Prince Jacaerys Velaryon.
Oh, the young prince! Look at that hair. As dark as they say. You and I, cut from the same cloth.
It's exactly what...
Sacred inheritance of which you know nothing. So-called Prince Regent has burned Sharp Point down to its stones. If you hinder our efforts through sloth or unreadiness, I will see you hanged.
I meant no disrespect, my prince.
I like that scene. It immediately shows that he was right. Everything that Jace was worried about happened in that scene. He's being disrespected, immediately has his hair pointed out. Oh yeah, we're cut from the same cloth. This guy who's older, who actually has more silver, lighter hair, just kind of challenged him in a way, or just, I don't even know what to call it, but just made such a power move of, oh, we're the same person. Equally, you and I, you know, who's to even say? It's just that dialogue, there was absolutely no respect. Even whenever he did say, oh, sorry, my apologies, he kind of bowed and then walked away without being dismissed. He doesn't fear him. He just kind of wants to maybe get by and not cause too much, maybe like ruffled feathers before he can just goof off or do whatever he wants to do. He still has to feel powerful because he just got a dragon. But he also now knows, wow, you people are so desperate for me that even though you want to say, I have no rights and I'm lower than you and, you know, be careful who you're... I now kind of have been validated that I am at least a little bit more equal to you. I have a dragon.
Adam of Hull, at least, is known to you.
It's reported to me that he is a man of integrity. I've had little to do with him, to my regret. You must strike, quickly, while the Prince Regent mulls his next action.
Vhagar has ever been our foremost threat, and she is now overmatched.
Vhagar is not his only dragon.
The third brother is untested.
And you forget another.
What?
Helena.
And her dragon.
Dreamfire. Hatched when the Conqueror was king. She is formidable.
Aemon thought himself invincible. He has now discovered he is not. He will not stop at burning Sharp Point, and he will not be denied.
How goes the Sea Snake?
Better than you. My ship is no longer the Sea Snake. I've given her a new name. Queen who never was. What I do now, I do for her. You are ready. You have 6 dragons under your banner. You must crush this beast. And before too many days have flown.
The reminder that there are actually other dragons that, hey, just letting you all know that you might have forgotten about them because we haven't shown them or talked about them is interesting. I get doing it sometimes, but honestly, I've been going through this a lot where I think, wait, am I the one who doesn't know this because I'm like not watching the show? And fine, even if they mention it once or twice, that's a really hard thing to remember from the first season. We're at the very end of the second season, and it's like, oh yeah, that was mentioned last season once in one scene in passing in one sentence. It's like, okay, but we haven't seen it, and there's been no one's talked about it. It's just said once, like Alicent's son. So yes, I think she said Dreamfire. Which is nice to point out, like, okay, yeah, it is a dragon, it's relevant. Completely understand Corlys pointing it out to Rhaenyra, because you should always be safe and not just fight off a dragon because its rider doesn't really seem like that much of a warrior.
Dragons do eat pigs, I assume.
Cractus prefers them.
Your Grace, Sir Alfred Broom has come to see you.
You've arrived just in time to see my new army. I aim to march on King's Landing before he can catch me.
May I have a word in private, Your Grace? I was faithful to the king, your brother. I pledge my banners to Rhaenyra, his heir. But there are battles to be fought. And in times like this... Did you hear something?
Don't let him go crazy, he's loyal.
You have mustered an army. Rhaenyra has faltered. But you are a leader of men.
I never took you for a turncloak.
Rhaenyra's intentions are good. But what we need is a king.
Well, Rhaenyra sent him because she thinks he's loyal and trustworthy. And right as I even say, oh my gosh, please don't go mad, or something bad happened to him because he's so loyal, and he's immediately like, Daemon, take me, like, let me follow you instead. We need a king, a man to lead us. I mean, he did arrive, and Daemon looks like he's been working. He has a whole army. He has lords that are already following him. Whereas Rhaenyra is still sitting in an empty... I mean, sure, she garnered dragons, but from an outside perspective, it could also be looked at as really reckless because you're kind of just letting random people fly dragons now?
It appears that the Pretender sent boats to collect those among the small folk who believed they had any drop of Targaryen blood.
Let no vessel come or go from our harbour.
This will hinder the work of the fishing boats. The people depend on them for sustenance.
We must all make our sacrifices.
They're unhappy. And unhappy people look for someone to hate.
Like how you hate yourself.
I was happier before I was queen.
What would you think about leaving this place?
Where would I go?
Helena, here you are.
Oh
Mother.
no.
I need you to fly with Dreamfire to battle.
Aemond.
I do not wish to fight. I won't burn anyone.
They have defiled our birthright, made commoners into dragon lords. It is a sin and must be punished.
May I remind you, your sister is still the queen. You wish to rule the Seven Kingdoms, but you rain ruin and death upon its small folk when you've been insulted. And now you seek to corrupt your sister. Of all our line, the gentlest and most deserving of your protection.
It is no longer our rule that is threatened. Our very lives, would you not have us prevail?
Not like this. Not like this!
It's sad to see Aemon go after Helena like that because she is so sweet and, like Alicent said, if anything, almost the most deserving, because she genuinely doesn't want to hurt people for her own success or even protection. Like, it just doesn't register to her to be a bad person to get ahead. And then she uses the words like, and even now you would want to corrupt your sister because you're so angry. You're so blind that you want to use her and risk corrupting her and her losing her mind so maybe you can get ahead. Or kill one of your enemies. Or kill maybe just one random dragon rider. You'll sacrifice your sister for this random person? Like, it's nice to see Alicent finally have a line where she is protective of her daughter because she never got to have somebody be protective of her.
I must again request your assistance. I need passage.
Her...
Do you think nothing of your oath? Steward's son from Dawn. Fucking the Queen of the Seven Kingdoms. I could send you to the wall.
You could. Stay in the High Tower name for a generation. King's mother in his hand. She saved my life. Since then, she has been the beacon I follow. You saw what I saw. The dragons dance, and men are like dust under their feet. We march now toward our annihilation. To die will be a kind of relief.
Yes, he's been very different since he had the encounter with seeing what Vhagar was capable of doing. I think all of the dragons in general, but mostly probably Vhagar. It's almost, well, clearly a lot of people in the show have near-death experiences. That's just what their life is. So whenever he realizes, oh, we matter, nothing matters, he just lives differently. Whereas in the past, he probably would have been really ashamed and had a higher emotional response to him kind of being called out for sleeping with not only the queen or former queen, but somebody's sister, and him not having any regard for his own honor. He just responded to it as if it really doesn't matter all that much. Oh, it's,
You have impressed me, Lord Timon. King's Landing has sent a most doughty ambassador. Have you ever eaten the flesh of your enemies?
And I would not.
You reject the hospitality of my house. A jest, my lord.
This part almost feels as if it's a different show. Like they're at a festival, and a bunch of hippies rolling around in mud.
If any common lout can ride a dragon, then...
That does not make me common. Or you.
You know what I am.
I don't care. Do you believe that you are the first noble heir who was not sired by his noble father?
I've heard the whispers the whole of my life.
Then prove to them that you are worthy.
It's sad to see how disappointed he probably is in his mother, but I think it's good that the show has that conflict, because towards the beginning, it felt very pushed that, oh, Alicent's like a terrible mother, and Rhaenyra is such a perfect mother. She always has scenes of her hugging her children and caring about her children, that finally, if anything, it's real conflict.
You have proven yourself most accommodating. And more accomplished than one would think, to look at you. I will be pleased to sail at your side. To the gullet on the morrow! Yay! And let the sea snake rue the day we meet again. You are a handsome man, and you have proven your worth and virility. I wish to have children by you.
You want me to?
Indeed. I want you to fuck my wives.
How many words do you have?
But good for her. Even better. She doesn't have to, and she could still, I guess, mother his children, because her wives will get pregnant. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, and some more of these little birds.
I have entrusted you with a power only few have known. Serve me well, and I will make you knights of the realm.
What do you think of that, boys? We'll be knights. Just like that.
We will not fail you, my queen.
What must we do?
We must strike while we have the advantage. And end this war. The strongholds of the usurper, Old Town and Lannisport, and their armies, all must be subdued.
You wish for us to kill innocents?
And so many.
It is hard. But it cannot be helped.
We must break the will of our enemy.
What about Vhagar?
I'll take him on myself. Silverwing's a goer, she is. We're afraid of nothing.
I said more of these little birds.
A knight will comport himself with grace.
Best make me a knight, then.
Would the dragon not just bond with somebody else if he died? I mean, yeah, maybe not, like, immediately. I'm just saying, you got two. Seems a little bit of a risk. Even for the dragon. He thinks that he's brave and he might charge in somewhere on his own and then kill the dragon.
There is a message from Harrenhal, Your Grace.
It's not like the best timing.
Daemon has raised his army, but Sir Simon fears treachery.
Adam, come with me.
Oh. Wonder if it could just be this place making Daemon a little crazy. Not crazy, but feeling a little bit less loyal than he typically is, or went there with his intention. He had good intention, but because Harrenhal is what it is, it's actually kind of just pulling him out of that. Oh.
I'm going to the God's Wood. You wish to bend the world to your will, but you've discovered, I think, that this world will not be governed. There are omens here for those who seek them.
Do you wish, then, to learn what is given to you?
All your life, you've sought to command your own fate.
Today you are ready.
What?
It's all a story, and you're but one part in it. You know your part. You know what you must do.
Sister, we share the same blood. Come with me. We will lay waste to Daemon and his army.
And if I refuse, will you burn me as you did Aegon?
That is a lie.
I saw it. You burned him, and you let him fall. Aegon will be king again. He's yet to see victory. He sits on a wooden throne. You'll be dead. You were swallowed up in the god's eye, and you are never seen again.
I could have you killed.
It wouldn't change anything.
I was so worried he would hurt her, but goodness, I think she hurt him. And to now know that whatever it was that she said is going to happen, at least it was a little vague and kind of mysterious. And obviously they're all going to die. But to just hear it and see the character react to it, see the character hear that they're going to die, makes it sound like his brother will just be back to being a ruler and even at least accomplishing one victory. I feel like so much happened in that one scene, with her being in the vision that Daemon touching the tree finally, him seeing, is that the prince that was promised? Because he sees the vision and it makes it seem like, oh, this is the thing that you should see about your people or what's going to happen or what has happened. And it was 3 little dragons, but it seems weird for him to be able to see Dany and it not mean more to him, which would be some type of significance to the story as a reference, like the prince who is promised. dragons love each other.
Welcome to Harrenhal, my queen.
Your message gave me much concern.
Yes, come see for yourself.
I wasn't expecting you.
I see you have done well here.
They are sworn to me. And not a moment too soon.
And to whom are you sworn?
Ruson tapti lyrics ostawa. Sola armazis. Soprumi vejume.
Elenusinuhu kepo idra.
Uyunda. The realm's only hope. Yes, a leader who can unite it, and my brother chose you. You are the true queen, Rhaenyra. I am meant to serve you. Live it with me. Until death or the end of our story.
Ine arli kridrucha barborjulias.
Nuki koston daor. Silutan. My queen.
There will be no mercy! We fight for our queen!
I don't even want to stop after that scene. I just want to keep watching. That was actually really good. So far the best scene, I think, in the episode by far. Because, oh my goodness, finally Daemon and Rhaenyra are meeting. I don't even care if it would have been bad or good. It's already just exciting that they're actually meeting. Because we haven't seen them together, I think, in the first episode. And it's the last episode of the season. They were away from each other the entire season. So it's just nice that, oh, okay, well, at least they're actually seeing each other. And then on top of that, I felt like they really were pushing. Is he more disloyal? Then, from what I hear, he's even supposed to be in the books. He seems a little questionable. But I am so happy that he wasn't, because even whenever he was being questionable, it was sad. Because I like Daemon, not because, oh, I hate Daemon, but now I like him again. No, I was disappointed because I thought that they were kind of rewriting his character to be, actually, let's have him just kind of not care about Rhaenyra. And I was like, well, I thought that he did.
I wish to set out on good terms with my first mate. Have I been remiss in my duties? You cannot lead if you do not inspire. Forgive me, my lord.
Then
I will endeavor to improve myself. I am trying to help you. Is this the help you offer after all these years? A reminder to be grateful. Do you know what it was like for us to grow up fatherless? Do you know what hunger does to a boy? I sold fish in the market from cold dawn until sunset. I watched the man beside me walk past with his son and heir with fur around his shoulders. And now that boy is dead. And his sister before him. Now you remember I live. I am an honorable man, and I will serve you because I must. I will decline any offers of help.
Honestly, good for him. I mean, just finally speaking up. Lots of people are speaking up in this episode. Good for him. Nothing wrong with him not speaking up. It's not like it was annoying that he wasn't. He has no reason why he should even have to share what he thinks or speak to Corlys. But now that he did, oh my goodness, look at that perspective. Because even when he finally does have this, oh my goodness, let me try to be a better father to kids that I wasn't a father to, he still very clearly treats the eldest better than the youngest. It's like, are you just running through whichever kid matters to you at the time? Imagine this one dies, then all of a sudden you like the one that has a dragon. Don't prolong it until next season.
The gods favor you.
I do not believe my father would have wished this.
You must not let the realm fall to those who care for power more than peace.
And who pays the price? Come.
Begging your pardon, Your Grace.
I had to see you.
What?
Who knows?
None save my protector. He laid down his sword at your gate. I've been, I think, mistaken.
Why have you come here?
Because I lost my way. All those I put my faith in, my husband, my father, my lover, my son.
The incorruptible queen.
Do not judge me for what you yourself have done. I too have desires.
Yes, but you alone made virtue your banner.
And I clung to it. I walked outside the walls of the city and I felt a weight lifted from me.
How lovely for you.
I do not wish to rule, I wish to live. I would take my daughter and her child and leave it all behind.
It's too late. Cities burned, armies march, and you wish to wash your hands of what you yourself set in motion.
I did only what I thought your father wanted.
Oh, go then. What has it got to do with me? Why have you come here?
Aemon will soon fly to join Cole in the Riverlands. When he's gone, if you come then to King's Landing, I will see to it that our guards throw down their arms. We will open the gates. We will shed no blood.
What of Aegon?
He's broken beyond recognition. He still heeds his mother. I believe I can prevail upon him to bend the knee if
No!
needed.
Still you imagine. You can have all you want. I must take Aegon's head. And I have to do it for all to see. You know this. Choose. And make your sacrifice. A son for a son. And what do I do with you now?
You let me go. Then you fly to the Red Keep in 3 days' time and you take your throne. Cast myself on the mercy of a friend who once loved me. I am at last myself. No ambition greater than to walk where I please and to breathe the open air.
You speak as if from a distant dream. My part is here, whether I will or no. It's decided for me long ago.
The Alicent scene, it's really interesting scene because Rhaenyra had her own visit with Alicent and it felt very weird because it just seems, okay, we're in the middle of a war and you're very vulnerably, as the queen yourself, going to go and visit the enemy territory, not even send a message or a raven or come with a bunch of guards, anything. And then we see Alicent's version. A lot of it was so I can be free, so I can finally be myself, so I can breathe open air. A lot of it sounds like I made a mistake and I kind of want to bail. That's so bad. But at the same time, I really can't help but to feel bad for Alicent. And even almost like I'm rooting for her because at this point you do just kind of see she's dead inside. And she was right. She said, I was kind of just used. I really thought that the whole point of life was life is supposed to work out in favor of you if you do what you're told by your elders. So I feel like Alicent will actually die next season. The girl still didn't even get her dragon. We barely even saw him. I actually even almost pictured how crazy would it be if they actually showed her finding the dragon and then the dragon kills her. Like, and then they just move on from that. That's probably so dumb because if anything, I think people would just be really annoyed or laugh. But I did slightly think, they could just be like, it's like, oh, and I didn't even mention that Aegon is clearly seen in one of the last scenes going ahead and running away with the other guy. So that's going to be really awkward because Alicent's probably going to be blamed for that. Good thing for Aegon because little did he know, oh, you should be worried about Aemon? No, you should be worried about your mother. Your mother is selling your head so she can just leave. I actually think that's it. I'm going to think of more stuff whenever I'm done with the recording, but weirdly enough, I've actually been working on this recording for a really long time because there was a middle part that just didn't work out and I had to wait and try to fix the headphones, and I've actually been at this for hours, so I almost feel like my brain's a little foggy because of 2 breaks and the headphones not working. So I'm really sorry if I didn't wrap up this episode very well, but I will try to also say and just be honest about my opinion. I do slightly feel like they just kind of dragged it out. Thank you so much for watching and sticking around. I hope that you guys like this and we can do more series in the future and maybe even season 3 whenever it comes out. Thank you for watching.